In today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about why I grow all my chilies inside a greenhouse. I'm also going to start off a small experiment to show the difference between growing a plant in the greenhouse and growing one out in the open in one of my raised beds back there. Let's get inside the greenhouse and choose our two plants. I've decided on these two plants. These are both poblanos from my isolated seeds. They were both started at exactly the same time. What I'll do to keep this a little bit fair, I'll put the bigger one, which is the one on the right, out in the raised bed, and the smaller one will keep growing indoors. If you live in a climate like I do in the UK, which is not the warmest and not the driest, then you get maybe 3 or 4 months of really good chili growing weather. If you have a greenhouse, you can extend that to probably 6 or even 7 months. And that's the whole point of a greenhouse. It's about extending your season. It's also about being able to control your environment. When the plants are outside, if they were outside, for example, here over the last 2 months, which is reasonable because that's after the last frost date, the amount of rain we had would have drowned them. Many of these would have died, and they certainly wouldn't be as healthy as they are right now. The other problem is it was quite cold, unusually cold, over the last couple of months, and that could have also had a very bad effect on them. Some of these plants would have just died because of the cold. And with the plants being indoors, being able to be inside the greenhouse, I haven't heated this greenhouse. It's got cold at night, but at least during the day they do heat up, and I've lost one plant, and that was because of bugs. And that's not bad going when you have 180 chili plants. The other poblano, we're going to be potting that up today as well. I'm going to be putting it in a 10-litre pot, and I'm going to be using my normal soil mix that I've shown in many other videos. I'll link it up above so that you can see what's in that. We're going to keep track of this throughout the season. I'll show you in my garden update videos the progress between the two, and it'll be interesting to see the progress at the end of the year. I'll do another experiment later on, or beginning of next year, where we'll try and start it even earlier outdoors. Like I said, I couldn't do this earlier because the weather has been shocking, and it would have been a very bad comparison. We wouldn't have had a plant to look at by this point. I'm sure it would have been dead. So let's get started and get our stuff planted out and potted up. The raised bed we're going to use is over here. I actually have some tomatoes in it at the moment, and I left a little gap just for one of my chili plants. So we're going to plant it right there, and that's where we'll keep an eye on it throughout the Grow Update series. The plant is going to go over here, so we just need to dig a bit of a hole for it. What we're going to be adding is a little bit of the leftover compost that I mixed up for the one in the greenhouse that we just potted up. And I've also got a good generous helping of both fish blood and bone meal, and that there is chicken manure pellets. So good amount of nutrients at the base of the plant. And there we go. I'm going to water this in now, and we'll keep an eye on it through the season, and I'll keep you updated.